and what they've communicated here with them, and hopefully this will continue to network and grow. Maybe not in a specific spot, but all over.
Yeah, well, they're looking now for transitional places. I heard that they're looking at Roger Williams National Park downtown. You know, right over here. That is where the Smoky the Bear, the smallest national park in the country. Let's take a call from Mike from Providence. Well, in this site, it's 2 weeks old.
Right, but nationally, it's at best 2.5 months old.
Yeah, a couple of months there.
All right, the last time the country saw something like this was what? The Civil Rights Movement, or maybe the Vietnam War movement?
Vietnam War, probably.
All right, that lasted for years. You know, these people are just getting started. I think if they can solidify themselves behind one message or a couple of issues, I think you're going to see them. I think they're going to have.
You know, during the Vietnam War, there was a specific purpose to that. And the specific purpose was, you know, it was the anti-draft at number 1. It was the conscientious objector, number 2. It was stop the killing. It was all directed in one area. And then it obviously grew. You had the civil rights movement that you know also was part of that also. I mean, so there was a specific goal, a specific purpose, a specific mission that wanted certain results. Now, I think this generally the results that it wanted here, like fairness and against corporate greed, but there's no specific direct assault, shall I say, on any particular, you know, one purpose.
Many tentacles.
Many tentacles. Okay, Rudy Cheeks of Philippe and Jorge.
Good to see you,
Providence, Phoenix. Our good friend Rudy Cheeks. Give Rudy a little hand here. Give Rudy a little hand. All right, 5 o'clock, and Carolyn Cronin's going to...
Stories I'm gathering around the nation about the Occupy movement, and it come to my thought process, which I like to bring to your listeners' thought processes, that how about let's summit with the 1%, not just walking up and down the road, shouting, pouting, and saying we got clout. When the 1% is running away, they'll come outside and say, oh, have a nice day, and then go back inside, and then they won't pray. So let us say, how about walking together, doing the walk and talk together?
Well, what do you want to gain out of all this?
What do I want?
Not you personally, but what do you think this movement will end up with? Let's say we could reflect, we could project 5 years from now and think back on this day, and we want to 5 years from now say, what did we come out here, and what did we, why did we freeze this afternoon? What was the result of it? What do you think the bottom line will be 2 years from now, or 3?
Of all the world's people, we have the opportunity in this little roadie to figure out how we knock on the door of Textron and say, hello, what date can we get together?
What do they want to talk to you for?
Not to me.
Well, okay.
I'm talking about the leaders who are in the Occupy Providence group.
Well,
that they have the opportunity to chat with the people that
what's your beef against? What's
I don't have a beef.
Okay, but why did you pick?
Any of the larger, I gotta say G-Tech.
Well, there are some that have, you know, G-Tech does lottery tickets, or we're one of the big, you know, manufacturers of, I guess, lottery machines and casino machines and all that stuff. But Textron, they make, what do they make? They make helicopters.
Right.
You know, they're in all kinds of they're very varied industry. Yeah. So what have they done wrong? I mean, what that's going to cause, because the snow's heavy and the leaves are still out there, it's going to cause some weight on these trees and these limbs and these leaves, and we might experience some power outages.
Yeah, especially in the northwest part of the state. You know, if you live north of Providence, the areas that always get hit hard with snow, those places could end up with 6 to 10 inches of heavy wet snow, Boston, Cumberland, you know, place up in
Steve, when is the last time we had a snowstorm this early?
Well, actually, we go back and look at the records. The last time we had the most snow we had in October, we 2.5 inches. That was back in 1979. We never had more than that. So that's why, if this stays mostly snow, this will be an unprecedented history-making storm for us here in Rhode Island. So, you know.
Member of the Occupy Providence contingent here. Why are you here, Richard?
I'm here because I'm mad at the politicians.
Ah, finally I found someone mad at politicians. That's great.
Because they've allowed this mess to go on. They allow the abuses to go on in the system, and I'm here to put pressure on them.
Any particular? Well, it doesn't seem that their ire is directed at politicians here. It's directed all over the place, but you know, I guess somewhat at politicians. But I haven't. And all the people I've interviewed and people I've talked to, they don't seem to have their ire or their angst directed at politicians. You're the first one who really come up and said, well, maybe one other one did. But go ahead.
Yeah. Well,
but I had to extract it from them.
You know, the party's over for the politicians. The party's over, and people are tackling this now from multiple angles. So they're going after all of the people that are involved.
So you see people in this movement who feel that the politicians let them down?
Oh yeah, there's no question about it. And it's not just Wall Street. I mean, this is a multifaceted approach to a major economic crisis. You know, there's never any one cause. There's never just one person to blame. So this is a multifaceted approach to tackling a very difficult.
Now you are employed, correct?
Self-employed.
Self-employed. You build websites.
Websites, right? And I'm starving.
Not here the bad ending.